It is the time to tickle the clock and enter the world of fantasies. Today, Mr. D brings us in front of a cottage in the far-off forest. Let's get inside and discover what story does it hold. It is Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Once upon a time, there was a beautiful princess named Snow White. She was kind and gentle and a friend to all the animals. One day, Snow White met a charming prince as they sang a song of love. Snow White's evil stepmother, the queen, watched them. The queen was so jealous of Snow White's beauty that she ordered her huntsman to kill the young princess. But the huntsman couldn't bring himself to hurt Snow White. He told her to run far away from the kingdom so that the queen does not find her. Snow White ran deep into the woods. She was lost and scared, but soon she found herself in front of a cottage. The princess knocked gently, but maybe no one was home. So she stepped inside the cottage with slow feet. The cottage was a mess. With the help of her forest friends, Snow White cleaned every nook and corner of the house. Maybe whoever lives here will let me stay, thought Snow White. Upstairs, Snow White found 7 little beds. She thought they belonged to the children. Tired from cleaning all day, Snow White yawned as she curled up on one of the beds and fell asleep. Meanwhile, the 7 dwarfs were heading home after a long day of work at the jewel mine. They were anxious to go home and take proper rest. The 7 dwarfs were surprised when they found a princess inside their home. When Snow White woke up, she was charmed by the 7 dwarfs. Dobby, Sneezy, Happy, Grumpy, Dark, Bashful and Sleepy. The dwarfs wanted to protect the beautiful princess from the evil queen, so they invited Snow White to live with them. To celebrate, the new friends sang and danced and giggled the whole night. Back at the castle, the queen learned that Snow White was still alive. Enraged, she made a magic potion to change her appearance. Her plan was to trick the princess. After the dwarfs had set off to work the next day, the queen, distinguished as an old peddler woman, offered Snow White a beautiful, tasty-looking red apple. Snow White took one bite of the apple and fell into deep sleep. The queen had poisoned her. When the dwarfs came home, they chased the queen to the top of the stormy mountain. Suddenly, lightning hit the mountain and the queen fell, nowhere to be seen again. But Snow White was still in a deep sleep. The 7 dwarfs kept watch over her day and night. Finally, Snow White's Prince Charming arrived. He had been searching everywhere for the beautiful princess with whom he had sung the song of love. The prince woke Snow White with love's first kiss. The spell was broken. Snow White and the prince returned to the kingdom and lived happily ever after. Did you hear, children? That is how Snow White was gifted for her good deeds. We should always do good to others, and the best shall return to us. Stay tuned for more interesting stories with me, Punjabi Kudi Puneet, only on Connect to Help.
कनेक्ट टू हेल्प सुनने के लिए आपका धन्यवाद।